Today I'll share a story with you. It's the brief history of ice. Now, there was a king in earlier times who wanted to have a drink. So he sent one of his slaves to get a block of ice. Now the slave got the block of ice and he went to the king as fast as he could. But when he reached the king, do you know what happened? Well, there was only a small piece of ice left. So where did the entire block of ice go? Well, that converted into water. Now, if you put a plate of water under the sun, what happens then? Well, if you leave it for few hours, you will see that the entire water vanishes. So again, where did this water go? Well, that converted into the gaseous form of water, that is steam or water vapor. So why does this happen? That ice converts into water and then water again when gets heated converts into steam or water vapor. How does it happen? Is water a superhero? Well, actually our water is a superhero, just like the Spider-Man. Now Spider-Man easily changes his forms, that is he changes into 3 different forms whenever he needs. Similarly, water can also change into 3 different forms. So first very common form of water which you see inside your freezer is ice, right? Now ice converts to water. So when you take the ice out of the freezer, it changes to water, isn't it? And a very common example of that is when you have your ice cream, slowly the ice melts and you see that the ice cream melts and it starts dripping all over your hand, isn't it? That's because it is converting from solid to liquid, isn't it? So if you keep ice outside of the freezer for some time, then you will see that it converts from its solid form to its liquid form. And what do we call this process? Well, this is called melting. So basically ice melts and converts to water. That is why when the king's slave went to the top of the mountain, well, it's very cold out there. And as a result, he could easily bring a huge block of ice. But once he went down, the temperature was high there. It was not very cold. So the ice slowly melted and converted into water. And as a result, only a small amount of ice was left when he reached the king. So you see, ice melts when temperature increases. So what is melting? Melting is changing of a solid into its liquid form. So solid form, that is ice, converts into liquid form, that is water. And this process is called melting. Now, when you have this liquid form, what type of features does it show? The most important feature of this liquid form is that it has no definite shape. So in whichever container you store that water, it will take the shape of that container. So if it is in this glass, then it will take the shape of this glass. If you put it in this bowl, then it will take the shape of this bowl. And if you put it in this plate, it will take the shape of this plate. So it has no definite shape. It takes the shape of its container. Now again, this liquid form of water changes into its gaseous form. And how does it do that? A very common example is that when you put your clothes out in the sun to dry, after few hours, the clothes are completely dry. So where did the water go? Well, the water converted into its gaseous form. That is, water converted to water vapor. That is, water is again changing its form. And that is why when the plate was put in the sun initially, after few hours, there was no water in the plate because the water got heated due to sun's heat and it converted into water vapor. That is, from liquid state it went into its gaseous state. And this process is called evaporation. So what is evaporation? The changing of water to its vapor form due to sun's heat. So this is what is called evaporation. So the water in the plate vanished or disappeared because of evaporation. Now another place where you will see that water is converting into its vapor state is when you place the water on a stove. So you must have seen your mother placing a utensil full of water on the stove, and after some time what happens? Well, you see that bubbles start appearing in water and huge amount of fumes start coming out of it. What are these fumes? Well, these are steam or water vapor. So when you start heating water, then after some time bubbles start appearing in it and huge amount of steam or water vapor is generated. This process is called boiling. So what is boiling? Changing of a liquid into its vapor form when it is kept on stove or a flame. So when you place water on a flame or a stove, then after some time it starts giving out bubbles and you will see that huge amount of water vapor or steam starts coming out. Then you say water is boiling. Now you may say that even in the case of the plate, water actually converted into water vapor, and when you boiled, even then it converted into water vapor. So what is the difference between both of them? So evaporation can occur even at room temperatures. You don't need to continuously heat the water by providing some source of heat. But in the case of boiling, you actually place it over a flame and then it gets heated and starts boiling vigorously. That is, lot of bubbles start coming out and huge amount of vapor or steam starts coming out of the water. So that's the main difference between boiling and evaporation. So when you boil water, then what do you see? Huge amount of fumes are coming out of it. And what are these fumes? These are steam or water vapor, and these are basically gaseous form of water. And how can you test that? It's very easy. If you place a plate here, and when these fumes or water vapors start coming in contact with this plate, then you will see that small droplets of water start forming on the plate. Why does that happen? Well, because the water vapor comes in contact with the plate and the plate's temperature is lower than water vapor. So the water vapor cools down and converts into water. So what is happening here? The gaseous state is converting into liquid state of water. And you must have seen this phenomenon somewhere else too. For example, if you pour cold water into a glass, you will see that small droplets start forming on the surface of the glass. Why does that happen? Because glass is very cold and there is water vapor in the air which comes in contact with the glass and it converts from its gaseous state to liquid state, and small droplets are formed on the surface of the glass, and this process is called condensation. So converting a water vapor or gaseous state of water to its liquid state is called condensation. So what is condensation? Well, changing of hot steam or water vapor into liquid state on coming in contact with a cold surface. So whenever water vapor or steam comes in contact with a cold surface, it converts into liquid form. That is the normal water which we use. So from gaseous to liquid state, that is called condensation. So you see, if we talk about water, it is readily available in 3 different forms and we can see it all around us. For example, what are these clouds? Well, clouds are the gaseous form of water. And what about the river? Well, river is the liquid form of water. And ice on the mountain peaks? Well, it is the solid form of water. So, three forms of water can easily be seen, that is readily available all around us. So, what do we see? We see that water has its solid form, that is ice, and on melting it becomes water, that is its liquid form. And again, if you boil this, then you get its gaseous form. And on the other hand, if this gaseous form converts into its liquid form, we call it condensation. So by the process of condensation, water converts from its gaseous form to its liquid form. And if you freeze this liquid form, then by the process of freezing, you convert the liquid form to its solid form. So in this way, water can be converted into its three different forms.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can also register for free at deltastep.com to get all learning resources as per ICSE, CBSE, IB, Cambridge or any other curriculum. Over 5,000 amazing lectures across maths, science, English and social science. Our unique interactive video technology keeps you engaged, and our iDictionary feature allows you to quickly revise any concept. Master each topic at your own pace with our adaptive practice technology and 1 million plus questions. Get instant answers and detailed solutions. Be exam ready by taking unlimited mock tests, performance analysis along with actionable feedback, personal tutors to resolve your slightest of doubts. That's not all. You also get amazing prizes like PlayStations, iPads, watches, and many more, along with certificates through our Earn As You Learn program. So at deltastep.com, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So register for free now.